Howdy, folks. Not Jay and Hissy Cat, episode 99, Where to Start. We're going to be talking about what it takes to get started in the hobby that we call gaming, whether it is Hex Encounter, whether it is miniatures, what have you. Just real quickly, we've got Charles saying evening. We have Cindy saying hello. Hello, Cindy. Hissy Cat said sup early on. I came in and said hola, everyone. Tolomika says greetings. ID Jester sliding in just at the beginning of the show saying what's going on, fellas. Hope all is well. Cindy back saying hello. And Hissy Cat says hi, Jester. So there we are. We're all caught up. I'm hoping that some of the other guys, McMurray said he would be joining us, so it's going to be, he should be popping in at any second. Todd, the wardrobe said he may be on, he may not be on, not sure. And I'm hoping that Jeffy shows up also. So, Mr. Jester says you have to start the hobby with hair. Then when you start counter clipping, you lose all of it. Fair enough. Fair enough. Jeff Edwards says, good evening, everyone. Good evening, Jeffrey. And Charles says, that's why I don't clip.
Your hair or your counters?
There you go. I need to get a haircut, which is bad because I have a barber. Namely my brother. I just have to take the time to go see him. So what does it take to get started in a hobby? Well, first off, and I'm being perfectly honest with this, first thing you want to do is you got to decide what part of the hobby are you most interested in. Are you interested in reading rules? Are you interested in the history? Are you interested in a certain genre? Do you like painting? All of these things, come to mind when you say, okay, I'm going to start gaming. And 9 times out of 10, you somehow see people playing games, whether you go into a comic book store and somebody's playing a game there, or you are at a hotel and there's a convention going on. 9 times out of 10, that's what happens in people getting interested in gaming. They see it being done before they actually jump in. Charles says he shaves his hair. He shaves his head every 2 years. Meandering Mike's in the house. Hi, Mike. Jester says Charles isn't kidding either. Did you see him? He has so much hair. I think he's coming up to his 2-year pruning.
Pruning. Charles is now a bush.
So just kind of, and I've talked about this before as to what got me interested in the hobby. And my mom, when she lived in Kansas City, she lived walking distance to a gaming store on the south side. And my brother and I, when we went to visit her during the summer, would walk down to the game store because there was literally nothing else for us to do. OG's in the house.
Hey, OG.
Hi, David. So we would go down there and there was all kinds of games. hex encounter games, miniatures games, etc. I picked up a copy of FASA's Star Trek Starship Simulator combat game, and we started playing that, having fun with that. That was originally it's a hex encounter, but turned into a miniatures game. I had fun with that for a while, and then in 1987, 88, Jay got a copy of Rogue Trader, the RB-001 Space Marine box, the box of 3 rhinos for $15, and just a passel of lead pirates and scattabouts, and that's what got us rolling down the line of in miniatures. Back then, miniature gaming was fairly inexpensive. To us, board gaming was an expensive venture. I mean, we didn't have $40-$50 to buy a game. We could swing, $10-$15 for models, but so really and we found out about miniature game conventions. There was no board gaming conventions back. This is late 80s, early 90s. So that's where I got started. Y'all have all probably heard the tale before. Some of the newer guys probably haven't. So what got you started, Mr. Hissy Cat?
It really goes back to Tactics 2 and a box of Airfix Napoleonics. A couple of boxes. I had some cavalry, artillery, and some line. And that's what got me started. I was probably 12, 13.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. I was pretty young. And then in high school, we had War Game Club. So some teacher would do wargaming, and that's where I played Sixth Fleet. So that's why I had to buy a copy of it just recently.
Right. Yeah.
That was my freshman year. I was like 14 then. So yeah, I mean, I started early, and then I found this little game store when we moved out to California called the Little General. And oh my God, I was there almost every day, especially on the weekends. I was there all the time. That's where I picked up Ogre and all sorts of other board games and Steve Jackson's pocket games. And and also I had the same Space Marine box. In fact, I still have that box out in the garage. I've got some bits in it. I don't have, I can maybe make one Marine.
Right.
But yeah, so I started collecting and painting those. I got into ASL pretty early, had the big thick book, and then lost most of that through the divorce.
I know the feeling.
Yeah, you move on. Yeah, just because you're not thinking about your stuff, and yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, so that was. Let's see, that was in the early 70s.
That makes you old.
Hey, I remember playing D&D in the first box.
Yeah. Wait.
I didn't own it. A friend of mine did, and oh my God.
The white box that was about like that big?
This was 79.
79?
So whatever version was out in 79, it was pretty early still. And at the time, I worked at Kentucky Fried Chicken. And what we would do is we would close the store, and I'd let all my friends in, and we'd be in the back. We'd cook chicken and play D&D all night.
There you go.
And the store manager was like 22 or 23, and he said as long as we didn't go crazy, he didn't make a big deal about it. So we never got in trouble.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
But that's what got me into it, was a mixture of stuff.
Yeah.
I got a runny nose tonight. Sorry, guys.
That's okay. Hey, it happens, man. It happens. So, I look back and what would I have done differently to get started in the hobby? I probably would have stayed as a miniatures gamer. Um, I might have been I might have gotten into board gaming a little sooner. Um, that's the other thing. We moved away, um, or when we moved back to Kansas City after our parents remarried, and we moved back to the Kansas City area. The game stores we started going to were more on the miniature side,
Mhm.
so we didn't see a lot of the board gaming. Let's see here. Ptolemachus says my first was Grenadier Fantasy Warriors minigame. Jester says Axis and Allies got me started. Then also Risk got me into gaming in general. I never did real war games until a few years ago. Walkabout says Airfix, Matchbox, and Britain Toy Soldiers.
Mhm.
In the 60s, Dogfight. There you go.
I think I had that game too.
Featherstone book on gaming.
Yep.
Cindy says greetings from Colombia. Hello. We are international.
Greetings, Cindy.
Maybe so that would be Ola. Maybe 75 Panzer Blitz, not earlier because I was legal age for booze and smokes. There you go. So we started doing the miniatures thing, and again, going back and looking, what would have I done differently to get started? Hey, there's the wardrobe. Hello, sir.
Hello.
Welcome.
Oh, hold on. Red, white, and blue. We're blue, white, and red. So is that the French flag?
No, something like that. Let's do this. There you go.
That's funny.
At least we're not stacked white, red, blue. Then we'd be the Russian flag, and then I couldn't stand myself.
Yeah.
Anyway, what I would do different? Well, and maybe not different, but definitely to get started is obviously you want to make sure you've got all the appropriate accoutrement, as it were. Figure out what you want to play, and so it's rules. What rules do you want to play? In our situation, it was 40, the original 40K Rogue Trader. We played that a lot. Obviously, that required a crap ton of D6s. The one thing I would highly recommend, if when you're getting into gaming, is get a dice tray, get a dice box, get a dice tower, something to corral those little polyhedrals.
I still don't own one.
Oh, okay. I gotta fix that.
No. I'll get one. It's just I'm lazy.
I'll send you one.
Oh, fair enough. I'll take it.
I'll
Hey,
send
why
you
don't
you- Charles.
Scholar Gremlin says, "Evening, folks." And Jester says, "Hi, Wardrobe."
What's up, sir?
I can definitely get this sent off to you. I'll even send you.
Okay.
I'll send you one of the games.
Oh,
So
I actually got something from Warmut today in the mail, and he
Oh, nice.
surprised me. So,
What'd you get?
Yeah.
Or can you tell us?
no, I could. He was going to send me a 1/72nd scale of an ME262, which he did. And let me grab this and I'll show you.
what's on the table? Charles wants to know what's on the table there, Todd.
Arietta from TCS MMP, the Gamers Tactical Combat Series. Each thing is each counter is a platoon.
Holy crap!
Right?
Oh wow, that's cool. Oh my gosh, that's huge.
It comes
That's
with
what
a
she said.
display case.
Oh.
But, yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. What was he going to send you?
An ME-262, and he ends up with a Sturm Tiger.
Well, no, I got both. So I
No,
was
I know.
expecting a small box, right?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah. And so I see this big box out there, and I'm like, big box? I don't expecting any big
What's
box
the scale of the
today.
Sturm Tiger?
135th.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Again, most of the box is for the glass, or the plastic thing.
Hexy.
Nice looking kit, though.
Jester says hello. Good to see you. And Charles says, Super Hex the Magnificent.
I can comments for there we go. Evening all.
then-
Evening.
Scala Gremlin said, I'd say the number one accessory to try to find when starting into wargaming would be an opponent. Not a requirement, but they do come in handy. I agree with you. However, I'm living where I live now. My opponents of my ability to have opponents are very narrow. Because, well, it's my brother and his son. And upon occasion, I can convince the wife to play.
Well, stop shooting her.
So.
She'll play more.
Probably so. She normally wins. These guys will tell you the games that we have played.
No, we won't. No, we won't.
If they were better friends, they would tell you. Steve, welcome, Steve. How you doing, buddy?
Oh, look at that.
And Charles says Ariete looked at it closely, almost bought it. Atlanta is ours. Is that different than Ariete? Oh, and there's Mr. McMurray. Hail, hail. The gang's almost all here. If we can just get Warmut to pop on.
Yeah, I can thank him in person.
Well, he won't come on because I'm here.
Yeah, he doesn't like
Important equipment, a styling shirt. Check out the video on my channel. Okay, we'll definitely have to do that, Mike. Y'all all know
Mike,
that I am
styling shirt. There we go.
Yeah. Hey, you need to make that available for sale, Mr. Izzy Cat.
It is.
Okay.
It's
Mine
on-
are not for sale. Well,
I have
actually,
an,
they
I have
are
an
for
Etsy
sale.
page, and you can get this and a couple of others.
Cool. My shirts are actually for sale. You just need to let me know. And I will.
Okay, you mean with your logo or just in general? You have some old shirts you're trying to get rid of.
Yeah, I got some old shirts I want to get rid
That's
of.
Jeff. Jeff is the one who usually sells used items of clothing.
No, it's my Chronicles of Not J logo
Mhm.
on blue. It's the one I've sent out to. I've sent one to Charles. Charles has one. And E4 Airman has one. Both of them because they won the drawings. But yeah, if anybody's interested, let me know and I'll let Jay Wiley know and he gets them printed up and can get them shipped for me.
Oh, very cool.
So, yay! I've got merch.
Hey, I've actually sold 2 T-shirts off my Etsy page. So yeah,
There you go. Warmut, if you've got time to type "Hey Buttheads," you got time to hop on. You got the link. Get in.
Yeah,
there.
you could say, "Hey, buttheads," in person.
Exactly. And Hissy Cat wants to say,
thank you.
the thing is, when you buy merch, you're not. I literally get nothing out of you buying anything with my logo on it. That does go to Jay Wiley, but I think he's selling that shirt at cost anyway. So
Hissy Cat,
Yeah.
what's your Etsy page?
Let me find it here real quick.
well, let's see. Etsy.
Hold on.
Is it under Hissy Cat?
Yeah, Tissy Cat Studio, all one word. Excuse me.
There we go. Hissy Cat Studios.
I did get it warm up, and thank you for the surprise. I was expecting just the jet. I didn't expect that nice tank. So I owe you, my friend. I owe you. We're all terrible. Capitalists, not quite yet. Working on it.
I
I'd say
can't be.
if you're
I
actually
can't be.
selling things, you're a half-baked decent capitalist, so you get that going for you.
I can't be a good capitalist because I'm not making any money off of any of these ventures whatsoever at all.
Also, you live in
So-
a communist puppet state.
That's why he is a commie.
There is that.
I work
No,
on
see,
citizen, but
I am not a fan of the Washington Commanders. I am not a commie.
talking about. Oh, anyways,
It could have been a
There you
comic
go.
hi Jeff.
funny. I make
So,
about
like I
$5
said-
on the T-shirt, I think.
So, like I said, get a dice tray, a dice box, dice tower, something to corral these little guys in, because you don't want them going all over the place, especially if you're playing a bucket of dice game.
Buy a fucking bucket.
There you go. That's what I need to do. I need to.
You don't need to
So-
buy a bucket. If you have a cat, you buy the big cat food that comes in a bucket, and then you got a bucket when they're done eating it.
or the cat litter.
Yeah,
So,
same thing.
I
have a few of those buckets too.
Yeah. The other thing, if you're a board gamer, and this isn't something that you have to get immediately, but I would definitely get. I would definitely spend the money on
Charles.
what's that?
Charles. He's saying
Oh.
that we're Marxist. I'm not.
Oh, here in California, yeah. Apparently, Cindy
You get
likes
what, Chris?
the plexiglass. Get plexi to go over your.
Wow, see, I don't have
your-
that
your
either
thing.
yet.
I got lucky. My company had plexiglass up in front of my position at work, since I deal with face-to-face customers all the time. They had the plexiglass up to keep them from spraying on me like I was a salad bar. And so when it was decided that we're just going to deal with COVID as it comes, they said, take it down and throw it away. I'm like, I am not going to throw a perfectly good piece of plexiglass away.
So it could be
Right.
embedded with COVID. You don't know.
No, I Lysoled the shit out of it. But yeah, it's covering my my game board, my little. Let's see here if we can see.
Oh, I'm leaning forward like I could see better.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm
Still
over
learning this
here.
technology stuff.
So I've got a piece of 3/8 inch plywood or OSB. That's I think 3 foot by 4 foot, and then a piece of plexi that's about 2 by 3.
Okay.
So both of which I got for free because the OSB was in the basement. Because I think that was part of the that was part of my game table that I built that's downstairs, and then the plexi was free because I had it at work. So,
Nice.
but it's something I recommend that as being not right away, but it's something you want to get to help keep, especially your maps to keep them flat and not be all bendy, floppy, you know. Plus, if you're like Charles or Hex or Todd, they'll use a dry erase marker and write on them.
Yeah, I've seen them do that. Good job, Charles.
Let's see. Sean Baldwin says poster frames are a good substitute for Plexi. They fit standard maps perfectly. What is Hexy setting up there? What are you setting up, Hex? We can't hear you.
Yes, exactly like that.
Yeah, yes, like this. Ogre is built in undercoats have hissy. The ogre is built in undercoats have been applied.
Final paint tomorrow.
Final paint tomorrow. Outstanding.
Yeah, he was telling me if the weather, because it's been cold here, and you can't airbrush spray paint
It
anything.
was 52, 53.
Oh no, that's crazy cold.
You shut up. Actually, it was
That's
really
almost
nice here
freezing.
today. Yeah, I know. It was actually nice today. It was almost 60 degrees here today. I'm all about that. No one likes a bendy, floppy map. Yes, it's definitely, yeah. So, what? Hold on.
He's making it a mystery.
No, it's White Death.
Okay.
So, get lots of dice of the type that you're going to use. If you're a miniatures gamer, definitely get a good tape measure. Definitely recommend a tape measure that's got both inches and centimeters. Both freedom units and those weird tenths units.
The ones that make sense.
Yeah, the ones that make sense.
Units and 12s make sense. Are you not like that's why we have 60s and why we have 360 days in a year originally and all that nonsense? 12s make sense. You just need to figure out how to count.
So, but I think the biggest thing is when you're starting, choose your genres, choose your what you're going to play, and kind of stick with that for a while.
I so don't do that.
No, and I'm not saying that you have to stay that way, but what I'm saying is, when you're first starting out, stay with something you're comfortable with. You're more likely to continue.
That's a very good point, except I just bought some Napoleon miniature or black powder rules. I'm trying to build a gaming table. I'm doing models. I've got my Hex Encounter games, and I've done all this since I got back into the hobby a year ago. I'm trying to buy an airbrush. I got a 3D printer.
You were a gamer prior.
That's an impressively low number of projects to have going at one point in time, to be honest with you.
Yeah, right.
I need to do more.
Well, if you're going McMurray scale, yeah.
I'm not saying you need to do more. I'm proud of you, and I admire your dedication to one or two things.
Yeah. So where you and I might be more of, submachine gun with burst, McMurray is an automatic shotgun.
We're just full-blown MG42 and hobby projects over here.
Well, MG42 with shotgun shells.
Yeah, sure.
Because not only is he all over the place,
Okay, but
he's very rapid at being all over the place.
here's the difference. I've got 2 YouTube channels. How many you got?
He's got 4.
No, he might appear. He's not even appearing tonight. He's a circle with an 8 ball or whatever. So that slows me down a little bit. I
Are you
can't
really
shake hands
making
at your
fun of
speed,
me
my
for
friend.
not having a YouTube channel? Jeez.
No, I'm just saying that keeps me busy.
Oh, come on. Killing me. Anyway, I'm in the wrong place. I
Sensitive.
gotta be up here. Yeah, but definitely you want to, when you're first starting out, you want to focus on a particular genre.
Hey, look.
And he's back. Welcome back, sir.
No, it's all good. I gotta find. I don't know where the hell I put my shoes that I wear around the house. It's really bugging me.
Check your feet.
No, I mean that was like the second or third place I looked. But... got him.
Got him.
Got him. Let's do some hobbying.
So, like I said, focus on, if you're going historical, focus on a particular period.
Okay, so let's say you want to get into Hex Encounter War Games. You don't have an opponent. What do you do?
Buy Bastogne and play it. It works for me. And now I have an out of control problem.
So,
Well, don't you have a game on your board right now, Chris, that could answer that question?
Yeah, absolutely. Like I was going to say, the good news is there are literally a ton of solo war games out there to choose from these days. Two companies that I know of right off the top of my brain that make good solo war games, GMT and DVG.
Isn't DVG only solo games?
They might be only solo.
Or pretty darn close.
Yeah, really close. Some are better than others. So I actually have two different games from DVG.
All games are soloable.
Oh yeah, they are.
No, there's a difference between a solo game that's designed for a solo game experience and playing a multiplayer game
The only
solo.
ones I've tried are Lock and Load, and of course I have the NAW stuff for solo. But
Some games play far better solo than other games do.
Yep.
So this one here, which is going to be coming onto the table at some
Isn't
point in
that
time.
Charles?
Yeah,
Looks like Charles, kind of.
yeah.
No, you need a cooler
well,
beard to be Charles.
Well, see,
That was
the problem
pre-beard.
is this here needs to be down here and go down to about right here. Anyway, this is on my 10 games
10
for
list?
2023. So I also have this game, and this is not a solo game. It's from DVG, but it is not a solo game.
Okay. There we go. So they don't just do solo games.
It's not Hex Encounter. It's a card-based game, but I mean it's cool. I've played it. It takes about an hour to play. This is one of those games that when you've got a game night planned and you're going to have multiple, you're going to have a group of guys over or gals, group of folks. This is something you can get going and play while you're waiting for everybody else to show up.
Mm-hmm.
And that's another thing is you want to have a multitude of different type of games available. You want
I'll be right back.
You're going to want to have both big games that take multiple hours, if you will, and you also want to have games that only take an hour or two. Couple of games that fall into that list when it comes to miniatures gaming is a good example on that is Two Fat Lardies, What a Tanker. That is a great little quick game that you can play while you're waiting for the rest of the folks to show up, and you can actually add people into the game as they show up. So, what type of things would you add to that, Mr. Hex?
I'm sorry, I was in the bathroom. I didn't even hear what you said.
What? Okay, the third thing that you need to make sure of, you've got good facilities at hand.
Which I just used.
Right. No, seriously though, what are some of the things when? How long have you? Well, you were in gaming, then it went away, and then came back, right?
Yeah.
So, you're kind of like Hissy in that sense. What would you say when you got back into gaming was, an important idea or an important item for you to have?
Well, first thing is it's got to be, you have to be enthused about doing it.
Right.
Because if you're not, don't waste your time.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly. Yes.
That's priority number one.
And that's why I said, whatever you decide to do, focus on one genre or period or era to get yourself going.
Well, it would make your purchasing of games a lot simpler if you just did that. But I think you'd be missing out on all the.
I think that's a more important. I think that focus on one period or system or whatever, especially focus on one period, is far more important with miniatures than it is with board war games. Because who gives a shit? You can play a World War II war game and then you can immediately jump and play a Revolutionary War board game. You don't have all that background time invested like you do with miniatures and painting and terrain and all that nonsense.
Yep.
When you're playing a war game.
Well, you guys have as many different rule sets as I have war games. So, and the only thing I was going to say is, if you came into the system or to gaming and you focused on one thing, which I think is cool because it would get you rolling and the brain wouldn't have to work too hard. But I think after a while, if you didn't try something else, like for me, I didn't try World War II from Civil War, I think I'd be missing out on a lot of great gaming systems.
No, and I agree. But again, as I was, just to get you started, to get you into the hobby,
Okay, if I was just walking in the door to playing, the first game that I would not play is the U.S. Civil War.
Right.
Because it's just too big. And every time you hear me or Andrew talk about something Civil War to start, the first thing that comes out of our mouth is
Crossfire April's usually.
Yeah. And you can still get those pretty cheap. It's chip pull, which is one of the greatest mechanics ever. There's Andrew? There's 5 battles in it. 1, 2, 3, 4,
Yes.
5 battles in it.
Yes.
1 mappers, not even full great big maps, easy to play. And then the only other game I would say like that would be going all the way back to getting SPI's Blue and Grays, which is those are going to be hard,
also outstanding
and expensive.
But you can get the Decision Games ones, and they're still very good.
Yeah. Something simple, because if you go in there and you set up a game like the U.S. Civil War, which really is that's not that drastic in rules compared to like this big bastard I got sitting over here. But for somebody just coming into they're going to turn away. They're going to run.
Right.
Unless they're a glutton for punishment and brain work.
Hey, quick update for you, Hex. I got Gettysburg for $20. It's in the mail.
77?
Yes, sir.
The one with the pretty colored box and the nice picture and everything. Red, white, and blue flag on the one side of it or whatever.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I hope if I didn't get the right one, I'll try again.
Andrew, Mike, did you?
What's up?
Peter's got a good point here. You need to see, you need to know if you're prone to analysis paralysis.
Right.
If you are, the narrative games are good since there's very little decision making involved, mostly dice rolling. And and a lot of solo games, actual solo games, are like that.
Right.
They are more of the narrative style game, which I really enjoy.
I know
like
since
telling
I
a
came
story.
back that two mechanics that were really, really new to me, even though I had games sitting on the shelves that I had kept that I'd never played, two mechanics that were novel, I think, were chip pull and random events in games.
Yeah.
The only narrative driven stuff, I don't know. Maybe I don't quite understand narrative driven. But I'm going to say that all my board games that I have here, while there's probably 10% of them that are probably narrative driven that I don't even know, the only narrative driven games that I play are my Hex Encounter computer games. When I'm playing a campaign, moving from battle to battle to battle. To me,
I think
right story about.
I think what
it's
I think what he's talking about is like the hunters, the hunted, that kind of thing. That's more narrative driven because you're kind of more
Right.
rolling dice and checking tables as opposed to making a lot of decisions. Because he said if you if you have trouble with decisions, those are good because there's not as much decision making. I think that's what he means by narrative, as opposed to like
Yeah,
a
like
campaign
target
or
for today, target for tonight.
Okay.
I think that's
well,
what he
okay.
meant.
All right. Well, so the way you just worded that to me says that I'm not getting anything strategic or tactical or operational out of that game.
Well, I don't.
I mean,
I'm
very
not,
little.
I'm just saying that's how my translation is seen because I don't understand the narrative part.
No,
You're just
Right,
alone
so-
for the ride to a certain extent.
So let me explain how the Hunters works for me. Is I look at it as a way for me to generate a story, to generate the captain's log of a German U-boat by, and there is some decision making, not much. There's some decision making, but it's me being the captain saying, okay, we went from base. We were assigned to patrol the British Isles, the waters around the British Isles. While we were there, we ran into, on the first time out, I ran into two small freighters and a tanker. These were the names of the ships. We sunk all three, returned successful. Next time we went out, we had to do we had to lay mines in around the British Isles. We were successful. We only were able to sink one ship. We saw all of these other ships, and it's a way for me to, generate a story that I can go back to at any point in time.
And you can relive what you did.
Exactly.
Okay, now all right,
Exactly.
I'm getting the picture. Well, see, and like I said, I think I think in a sense, almost any game you put on the table, granted, not built for that.
No, and I
but
agree
you
with
could
you.
get a narrative out of it.
Yeah, you could absolutely. World War 85.
okay. So
go ahead.
Save that, Hex. But so when I watch your videos, you are very narrative in the way you talk about the way you play the game. So obviously, in your mind, you're playing your game and you're telling yourself a story. So your games are very narrative to you. It's natural.
Right.
There are people that's not natural.
Right. Okay.
need-
I'm
need
getting
some
it.
help.
I'm getting it. It's nice to play something and I'm excited when I make a note about something that I've played, and then after I look at the notes, I'm like, damn, I just told a story to myself here about this battle or this engagement or whatever. So I get it. I just think the spectrum is so broad that
But
trying to
the
tag
term
it.
narrative game is one that is really built around that. Okay.
So a narrative game is something where they kind of set the guidelines.
And there's not a lot of decisions. Again,
Yeah,
target for tonight.
I guess
It's
that's
like
where I'm lost. That's probably why I don't own tank leader or Sherman leader or
Right.
okay.
well, yeah. Target for tonight. You roll a dice and it says you go on this mission, and then you roll a few dice and go, oh, we took off and didn't crash, and then you go into the first zone and you roll on a table and it says, oh, it's clear. Okay, you go to the next zone. Oh, Messerschmitt showed up, and then you might decide who shoots what.
Right.
But then you go to the next zone, and you're rolling for the encounters. And then you get to the target, you do what you do, and you come back or you don't. And then you roll die and check tables. Or like, oh, we got hit. Like every turn you check to see if your engines flame out or whatever the case may be.
Right.
And so it's not tactical at all, typically.
Right.
But for me, what I can do with that is and I think, Hex, you would probably end up doing this also to your own extent, in your own way. So if I had like target for today, I would have names for all of the members in that B-17,
Like Jester did.
and I would go out and it's like, okay, Port Waste Gunner is Tech 4 Shablonsky, and while we were on this mission, he knocked 2 Focke-Wulf 190s out of the sky, and the tail gunner Bobby Joe Blotowski, he was able to fend off. He didn't shoot anybody down, but he did fend off 4 Messerschmitt.
Right. Well, I will go with I'll go 50-50 on
109s.
what Devin just said there. I don't know much about B7. You know, I don't care for airplane games anyhow, so it doesn't matter. But their lock and load system with their Solobot, for lock and load tactical, and I haven't done the NAW one yet, but lock and load tactical. While granted, well, no, better yet, point blank. Okay. While I don't think any Solobot is ever going to be perfect, because I know what combat's like, and I know the wild, strange decisions you can make on the fly in a combat environment. All right. It's kind of hard to recreate that in a game with cards and stuff, but I think it's a good thing, and it can only get better where it gives you the opportunity to focus on the side that you want to play and let that bot take care of that other side. Whether it's perfect or not, the bot most of the time is going to put units in combat, which is going to torture you as playing the other side. And I think that it's not perfect yet, but I think that's a good thing.
Skylar Gremlin says, in the era of 3D printing, the investment into a specific niche is not what it used to be. Technology favors the dilettante. I can tell you that with my 3D printer, it has opened up a wide array of being able to dive deep into very narrow points of interest.
His point's accurate.
But in doing so, it has broadened my horizons. It's really weird. It's although it narrows the focus, it expands what can be focused on, if that makes sense. So Peter says, if they want to make lots of decisions, then something like Salerno 43 is a potential starter. So I enjoyed Salerno 43. I liked it a lot. I know Hex doesn't like it, but that's because
here's
it's
my
not
decision.
his style of.
I think I've
of
made
gaming.
my decision on Salerno 43.
Oh, come on!
I haven't even played it yet.
Brutal.
Across 5 Aprils, my first chit pull, most excellent, says Charles. Peter Berg says, Apache leader, etc. No decisions there. There are some, but no, there's not many decisions to be made. B-17 is a horrible game, almost zero decision making. It says there's a lot more decision and freedom to make decisions in something like ASL or GBACW than the DVG games. I can develop a good narrative from ASL, but I have a lot more influence on the story.
Right.
Very true.
That's what I like. I mean, we always talk about when I play a game. Well, I know me when I play a game. There's, I want to change certain things. The way history went, I want to change it. If such and such, lost here, well, can I reverse that? Can I play aggressively from both sides as best I can? Can I make a change there? It's, we always, and I haven't done it, but everybody talks about the rules for the line of battle, last chance for victory, the first day Gettysburg rules, where no, you can't do this. Bullshit. I got the forces on the battlefield. If I can issue the orders, I'm going to do what you just said I can't do. And that's because it's like they're saying, oh no, you have to do this so you can stretch the game out to the next day. But no, that's not
But why?
I want to play it. I don't want Reynolds to be removed from the board at 10 in the morning because he died at Gettysburg on July 1st, 1863 at 10 in the morning. If he doesn't get shot at in my game, he's not going to die. You know?
Right. Hex is right about what I did with Target for today. Made it a personal story by adding in all of my subscribers as the people in the plane. So it was a personal game. Yeah, I like that. I love that idea. And if I get a game similar to that in the future, I very well may do that.
I like what Kev from Big Board's doing with the stuff he plays. A lot of people don't get to see it because the narrative stuff that he's writing, the commentary he's writing is posted on his website instead of the Facebook or instead of YouTube or like that. But he's executing game turns, not everything, but he's executing game turns, and then he's creating, whether it's fictional characters or whatever, he's creating a story around what he just did in that game.
Very cool.
And it's really cool.
If I was a better writer, I could see doing something like that myself. And what I mean by a better writer is if imagination wise, my brother is really good at coming up with stories like that. My son is really good at coming up with stories. Me, not so much. But I do like that I'm getting into more board gaming. Not more so than miniature gaming. It does take away the pressure of having to paint, which, as many of y'all know, I'm not a big fan of painting. I do it because
12.
What's that?
What do you set your air gun at? What's your paint pressure?
Oh, I do most of my work.
You didn't get my joke, boss.
I solved that painting problem for me.
I do most of my fine work with this.
Yeah.
No, seriously though.
If anybody should be writing words about what they play, you guys get to see them if we post them. But and while granted, it's probably not the greatest thing in the world, but the little storytelling that Murray did with his Sneedville campaign from the Joy of Wargaming thing, that's good narrative. Really good narrative. And the problem is Murray speaks it so fucking intellectually that the novice may not get what he's going for. But I sit there and I can listen to the shit over and over again because he's telling a story right there with that. And it didn't even exist. Now,
John
maybe
is really
it's
good
because
at that
it's where
as well.
I lived for a while in that area. But the story's great.
John's
Zilla
really
Blitz
good at
is a master at that. When you watch his videos, he has a way of telling a story while he's playing a game.
Who?
Zilla Blitz.
Zilla,
Keep cussing and discussing. I'll be right back.
Yeah, he'll carry it out to his tweets and roll that story from a tweet into what he's doing on his videos.
I didn't even know he existed until about 6 months ago.
Really?
Yeah.
He's one of the first guys that kind of reached out and helped me with what I was doing on my channel. He's like one of the first 10 people that I ran into. Not maybe the first 5 people. So yeah. In fact, I'm on a Discord channel with him. In fact, he just sent me something in the mail that I'm going to be putting on the channel soon. A game he had been doing, but he's really good at.
Well, he's positive, and I like that.
Yeah.
And that's because there's a few guys out there that are great board game players when they play and they video it. But hey, Reese, if you're boring the shit out of me, sorry. I might click the thumbs up and I'm turned on, but Zilla doesn't bore me.
Yeah, I think I'm on the boring side still. I've got to get my craft down.
Challandale doesn't bore me because you never know what he's going to do next.
Yeah, Peter. Zilla's an awesome dude.
And he
What's
plays
the
a
name of that channel
wide
again?
variety of stuff too.
Yeah.
What's the name of that Zilla channel, whatever?
Zilla Blitz.
Yeah, he's got quite the subscriber base. He's been around for a while, quite a while.
I think he's in about 2.5 years.
No way.
Yep.
No, because I heard him saying one night about a decade of such and such. And
No. I'm telling you, him and I become friends.
he's
He's on his, I think, his third year doing this. He used to do a lot of. He does an American Truck Simulator and European Truck Simulator, simulation. Bleh. But anyway,
Well,
yeah, he's only.
We'll start
in
regularly
his third
streaming
year.
Watt, and we'll start building our base.
And so while we got a little pause, McMurray, tell us how your weekend went with the Flintlocks.
It was great. It was real cold. It snowed, but we blew off a lot of powder. Had a good time. It was good.
So you got there and shot. Was that Saturday night, right? Something like that.
No, Saturday night it was actively snowing. So I set up a half.
What
Have
day did we
shelter
talk
pass.
when you were driving up? Wasn't that Saturday? Was that a Friday?
No, it was Saturday.
Oh, okay.
Yes, Saturday.
It was actively snowing. Like it was snowing too much to shoot flintlocks for fun. That would have been a lot of work to, yeah. But so like I said, I got up there, set up my half side shelter, went to sleep, hung out a little while, woke up Sunday, shot a bunch of flintlocks, shot a bunch more flintlocks, threw some tomahawks, shot a little traditional archery, shot some more flintlocks, hung out with the guys that I hang out with down there, and we and then went home. It's
Cool.
great, outstanding. Yeah, made a bunch of smoke.
It's all good.
Yeah, stuffed some fronts, made a bunch of smoke, got a bunch of powder burned on my face, and it's a good day.
Killed some trees.
Smell of victory.
Yeah, dude.
Reese is in the house. Howdy, Reese. How them turkeys doing?
He's
And,
watching now.
Yeah, he is. Gobble gobble.
He brought two home tonight to watch the show. He said,
Another thing that if you're gonna be in miniatures gaming, don't start off
with paint.
and hail the gang out here. Hello,
Yeah,
Mr.
you
Warm
got
Up.
so much paint for free. Shut up.
Who?
You.
You didn't send me no paint.
No, we didn't.
Well, how do you know?
We
Someone
didn't
else
get any
did.
paint because you got all the goddamn paint.
Right? Jackass.
Big Murray.
Warm
Hey,
Up
Brian,
has
thank you
joined
for
us.
the package, my friend. That was a nice surprise.
What package?
The package you sent him.
You
I
know,
sent you a package. Yeah, no problem.
Oh God, you are so contrarian.
I can't watch his. I go in to watch his channel, and now I've got a list of miniatures I want to buy. I feel like,
Bye.
So that was
Yeah,
Gonna
just
be my
imagine
next
if my
point.
goofy ass had a YouTube channel now.
yeah, I'd have even less money.
if you decide to be a miniatures gamer, don't start off like
Oh, you buy everything.
me and McMurray and get multiple scales
Of the same
of the
period.
same thing multiple times. Like nobody in their right mind needs 3 or 4 scales of multiple warships or
Shut up.
tanks to start with. Be like Reese. Choose a scale and stay with that scale.
Was that 54 mil?
He chose 54 mil, and I am psyched about that.
That is
That is
absolutely
really cool.
bazongus. You get the USS Constitution and HMS Victory in as many scales as you can.
So again, to start with,
Right off the bat.
So are we talking? You're talking. So when you say start with, we're talking the first 3 or 4 days, right?
right?
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
Yeah, make sure it's something that you want to do. Again, and it goes back to picking a single topic, a single era, a single period, a single genre, if you will, and stay with that for a while to make sure this is what you want.
I'm gonna say
Spend
something
effort
that's
in.
gonna make a lot of people who aren't necessarily here angry.
Go
and
ahead.
that's don't be afraid to abandon hobby projects. If you
Absolutely.
start
Yeah.
a project and you're trying it, you're not liking it, whatnot. I've seen too many people get out of the hobby because the game that they thought they wanted to play or that all their friends play wasn't that fun for them. And so they stopped playing, and then 5, 10, 15 years later they come back to the hobby and they're like, yeah, I just didn't have much fun with this, so I stopped. Man, there's no shame in putting that product aside and saying, maybe I'll come back to you later. Maybe I'll sell it. If you're like Toddy, you might sell it. If you're like me, you're going to set it aside thinking, man, I might come back to that later.
Or you're like Todd, you buy it, you sell it, you buy it, you sell it, you buy it, you play it, you sell it, you buy it, you sell it, you buy it, you play it, you keep it.
Yeah, whatever one works. But
He buys
don't
high and sells low, right?
Yes,
Amen.
exactly it.
don't ruin your hobby. Don't ruin the hobby for yourself because you're convinced you need to only do one thing, or once you do something you need to finish it or complete it or stick to it or anything like that. Brand loyalty is a farce. If something sucks, it sucks. If something else looks cool, it looks cool.
Valid points.
Yeah. Don't be afraid to like, man, I love the Civil War, the history about the Civil War. I'm gonna get this game. It's called The U.S. Civil War by GMT. Oh, this game's crap. I don't understand. I'm not gonna play it and dive out. If that wasn't your gig, just go check something else out.
So Reese, I did the exact opposite. I got these because I thought they looked cool and I wanted to paint them, and now I'm looking for rules. But I got these 15 years ago, or however long ago.
You got the right rules now.
I'm going to get more than one set of rules because everybody was saying that Sharps Practice is a set that
Sharps
I should
Practice is a good game. Yes.
get. Yeah, so I'll have that.
So you got 2 sets of rules.
Well, one I'm going to get the other one next payday, but yeah, I'll get Sharps on payday.
Yeah. So you will have 2 sets of rules that you don't need to look any further beyond. You don't think
I've been leaning towards the black powder stuff because I've watched a few videos, and hear me out. It looks like it plays fast. It looks like it's very light.
Hey, if you like it, play it, man. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
I-
And Warmud has
I'm
it on
agree.
his channel, and so
I haven't played it yet, though.
I
No,
know.
sure.
But you're buying all these different. I saw the one with the ships, the
Black Sea.
Black Sails.
Master and Commander.
Master and Commander, that box set. Yeah. He did an unboxing of that, and I was like, "Oh, dude, just stop buying games because I'm going to start copying you."
Well, and I got that Osprey Games Rebels and Patriots and stuff.
we
so
can.
I'm gonna try to do some
we'll,
Osprey games.
we'll help you with the poor decisions.
Oh yeah, absolutely. We'll help you with poor decisions. But he has made
Why
2
here, man?
correct
Why here?
decisions right off the bat. He picked up. He did pick up.
I got my first Wiley game.
He picked up Horse and Musket second edition.
It was
with
on
the
sale.
cards.
With the cards,
With
it
the
was
cards.
on sale.
Yeah.
And he is going to be getting Sharps Practice.
Yep.
Honestly, the only thing that I would add to that is bigger battles. So you could play mass combat.
So tell me, Fistful of Lead, that's more tactical, 5 to 7 miniatures a side type of thing.
Yes.
Right.
Bigger battle.
Exactly.
Okay, then that's
So-
going to go. That I'll get that as well. I'm sure.
Yeah. What Bigger Battles does is takes the concept and goes from an individual model being activated to a
Hey,
unit.
Sean.
I'm going to say, if you have horse and musket too, then that covers you for that 5 to 7 miniatures.
Yeah.
Bracket. That's you've got what you need for that. It's the Bigger Battles is pretty outstanding.
Okay.
Reese says, "Let me know about Sharp's practice considering it."
I'll definitely let you know. I'm gonna get it in a couple of weeks.
So for me, anything Too Fat Lardies puts out, I'm agreeable to. They put out some wonderful, wonderful rules.
I've only heard good stuff about their products.
Sean says, "I love to help other people make poor decisions." That's what we're here about. That's what we're here about.
Yeah, he's with the right crowd.
I'd pick up Red Hatchet's Black Powder for the campaign and the scenarios. That's
Oh,
also
that's
a
true.
good. Yeah.
It's like $6 or $7 if you just get the PDF also, which is absolutely affordable.
Steve's still in the house. He says, "Yep, Bigger Battles. Got to add that. Bigger Battles is Bigger Battles. Absolutely." And then Charles says, "Black Powder for me? Nope. Give me orcs and tasty humans. Sword, shield, spear, and axe. Get up close and personal." There you go, Charles. There you go. And that is best played, in my opinion, with this set of books right here.
Might and melee.
So Might and Melee, these are all fistful of lead. Might and Melee is your Dark Ages style gaming, as it were. Magic and Mages adds the mysticism, makes it fantasy. And then Monsters and Mazes makes it into a dungeon crawl. So there you have it.
What about a Napoleonic dungeon crawl?
Ooh.
Let's fucking do it. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Sorry for
I've
that.
actually thought of that. I was going along going, that would be kind because of Silver Bayonet kind of takes the Napoleonics and puts it into a skirmish thing with undead. And so the next thought I had was, what about a Napoleonic
Horse and musket, tails of
Now,
horde.
are
man.
you fighting like zombie frogs or are you fighting like classical dungeon creatures? That's the question.
Yep,
Well,
those
if I did a game based on that, it would be classic dungeon monsters.
There you go.
Okay, there you go.
There
That's
you
it.
go.
Yeah.
These three books will do exactly what you need it to do.
In fact, we should do a show on that.
I just painted up a bunch of like Napoleonic dungeon busting size groups from that Forger Kickstarter. I just finished them up for the painting challenge. So there's like 6 Brits, 6 Spanish guerrillas. I painted up 3 monks or Franciscan
Is
brothers
that
with
gorillas GORR or GEURR?
guns. The ones that existed in Spain during the Peninsular War. You can
Okay.
I'll let you decide. But yeah. So those are perfect little Napoleonic dungeon rating.
So this gets you your Napoleonics.
Now I'm thinking.
This gets you your mummies, your werewolves, your vampires. This gives you your owl.
So it already
bears,
exists, is what you're saying then.
Yeah.
Sweet.
It's not hard to kind of be creative and stat out on your own, but it's all there if you're wanting to find it already done.
And
So
this gets you endless fucking East Front play.
yeah, very true.
I would like to have a copy of that.
Got $700.
How much?
$700.
700. I saw it listed on eBay for $9.99.
Yeah, I know there's some out. There's probably on punch version though.
Now
What
I
was
have DAC 2
Which are
that
rare.
is going for about $750.
I've got DAC that has all the DAC 2 stuff in it.
So DAC 1.5.
Well, I guess you call it
Whatever.
whatever. It was Rich loaded that box up.
Yeah, it was one of those games that I bought because it was a big game. This was years ago. and it survived all the moves and the divorce. And I was going through, and I said, "Oh, DAC 2," and I went online. I'm like, "Holy crap!"
Yeah, it's
Glad I didn't lose that thing. So I'm in the process. One of my new projects is to build some gaming tables, and I'm going to do them in 4x4 chunks, so I can put together a 4x12 table.
There you go.
Because I need at least 10 feet to put all the DAC 2 maps down.
Mhm.
And I'm going to clear out this room I'm in. It's a 12 by 15, so I'll have plenty of room to put a nice long table.
Nice.
So
Or
this is,
it's going to be modular.
this is the game I have that's got the biggest map spread. If you lay out all 5 maps, it's 6 foot by 5 foot.
Okay. That's a weird. Well, what do I know? Weird. I was saying 6x5 dimensions, but
Oh, we've made it, guys.
What?
Why? Why?
We're
Oh, I've met her sister.
you have the photos.
yeah.
Well,
Yeah, weird
I'm,
Napoleonics. Why not? Exactly.
I'm looking at Merrill's Marauders.
For 28 millimeter World War II?
No, Commandos in Burma, 43-44 by Decision Games.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Yeah.
What?
It's got only 40 chits. I think I can handle that.
Oh no,
Go for it.
no, you're still. You're not.
Hey man,
Not
I'm not
50
doing
yet,
it.
or are you 50? Did you just turn 49? Right.
I'm 49, yeah.
No, you better no.
So I was gonna bring this up. I was gonna bring this
Fine, I
up.
won't do it then.
If you decide to do Hex Encounter,
I'm not doing any freaking major freaking 130, 300, whatever
hold
crap.
on. If you go with Hex Encounter,
Cardboard. I'll
make
make
sure
my own
you
cardboard.
have a handful of aspirin on hand.
Oh yeah.
Fuck that. He better have a damn unit for his heart.
Actually, you know what? I was at the Cargill Monday and I'm off aspirin now.
Hey, outstanding.
Yeah. He won't take me off lisinopril. He said I'm a lifer on that.
Yeah. What I asked my doctor about 2 months after that because I didn't know any better. I
Yeah.
said, "Let me ask you a question." I said, "Is this now a lifetime commitment to this pill?" He said, "Yeah, unfortunately."
Yep, I'm a lifer, man. Can't get off it. Though if I shed another 30 pounds, he said there's a possibility with the next blood work I could be off the atorvastatin.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Good luck with that.
Yeah,
I believe in you. I think you can do it.
see. But yeah.
Absolutely.
Anyways, but yeah, I was looking at some of these little flip through games or whatever, and
Those mini folio games are pretty fun, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. I got a number of them.
That's what
We'll give it a shot. You know, I may, I'll try, but if I don't like it, hey, I don't like it, and I'm
Send him
done.
one of your magazine games, Hiss.
One of mine?
So, well, yeah, send him
Oh,
one of
yeah,
those
man.
magazine games.
Enterprise.
Something he can do with a pencil.
I was
You
on.
know
when
what?
you
That's
said that,
actually
yeah.
not a bad idea. One of the solo games from Worthington.
Worthington did Med War, man. I'm staying away from it.
They did what?
They produced Med War Sicily.
Yeah, no, I'm talking. So during the pandemic, they had some games that they were trying to
Trying
get
to kill people.
finished, and they put them up on Amazon as print on demand, or the KDP program they have there. And they've now put out a whole line of solitaire games,
Yeah.
That's cool.
and they're about $30. And what I just got done playing Guadalcanal and Coral Sea.
Nah.
Hey, Warmut, those solo games will just give you like some numbness in your extremities. They won't actually give you a
Tingle.
heart attack.
Is that what they'll do?
From
See,
Tingle.
that's why
Yeah.
I'll just waste $15 and see what happens.
It's almost like a peripheral neuropathy.
Have your wife do the rule reading to you so that you can salvage a little bit more time.
Probably gonna have to because I wouldn't understand these rules, man. They're so complicated and stuff, man.
That's a good idea. I've got his address now, so you don't know what's going to show up, boss.
Yeah.
Well, if Mutt turns up back in the hospital in the next 3 or 4 weeks, we'll know what caused it.
Yeah, exactly.
A DAC 2.
Oh, that'd kill him. He wouldn't have to open the box.
Right? It just radiates.
Well, see, that's why I was picking this Merrill's Marauders because it's only a 4-page rule book.
There you go. McMurray's got a few of those, the Civil War ones he bought that he played.
Well, these solo ones are like 2 pages.
Yeah, something like that, man. I'm not gonna sit there and do.
And there's
what
no
you guys
counters.
do.
You use a pencil.
Yeah.
Hey, Warmutt,
Hmm.
did you finally get yours?
No, I didn't. They've been out for so long. Now they got some more.
No.
in.
They're now. You can order them now.
Yeah, I'll get it. The problem is that's all.
What is that?
Yeah.
A template for last?
This is a Wiley Games template.
It's a
Okay.
measurement tool.
So this is your short. your
Yeah, I did. Yeah. We know what it looks like.
This is your short range spread template. This is your long range spread template. Your
Right, spread.
Good stroking, dude.
Your
Right.
1 inch, your 3 inch, and your 5 inch first template.
Use a pencil or something, not your
that
hand.
link got him going, didn't it?
There we go. That's better.
No, you're right, Chuck. I would not. I already played the naval game I was sent.
So,
You
Hex,
have
do
not
play any
played
miniature
it.
games? Hexy, do you play any miniature games or no?
I played 1 with them, 2 with them. I played 2 with them, and I played with the Zombicide with Brian.
Okay, because
And
I thought I
he's-
saw
he's
one
enjoyed
show where
it.
you were actually trying to base or paint some.
Yes, they love
Yeah,
it.
you did a
yeah, he's
really good
painted.
job.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a very good painter. He used to paint more often back before we knew him. But
Yeah, he's got more paints than us.
Oh yeah,
That he
dude.
got for free.
You'll never see it in this thing here. I don't think. But the can. I did for years, but I was never a miniature gamer.
Okay.
I mean, I hand paint my numbers and everything. They laugh at me about that.
No. Oh, I
you
think
know,
I never laughed at you about that.
in the field they painted their own numbers, didn't they?
We used to paint our APCs.
I was gonna say, I don't think the Germans had big decals they were
Yeah, they used to use
swiping on.
mops. Only the ones that came out of the factories had that were done professionally, but they would use mops to white their vehicles out. And, yeah. I mean, it's not that I don't like doing it, because it's fun when you finish something. The
Yeah.
problem is what these guys do is, to me, it's massive, and I have this feeling that I have to do the same thing. But you know what? I'm already doing this massive shit over here, and it was really killing time. It's great. It was a great distraction, but the problem is that distraction could get more and more and more from me not doing what I really like to do.
There you go.
Yeah.
Dude, I was building an entire freaking regiment, a 1940s regiment for Todd, and I probably got about 80% of it done. It's all sitting in a box in the closet now. I got a fucking Elego Mars 3D printer and the cleaning station and everything sitting on the shelf back there, used about 10 times.
My 3D printer I'm not using right now, but it's because it's cold and it won't print in the cold.
Cold.
What?
In San Diego,
sorry, what?
It's
too cold for
65. He's
Yeah.
bitching about it being cold at 65.
The apartment I live in has no air conditioning or heating,
Oh Lord.
so it gets below
because San Diego's
70
always in
in
the
the
60s.
apartment, and it's below where I can print without on my 3D printer. It won't print.
Get a little space heater.
Oh, it's okay, Mom.
I'd like to announce a GoFundMe for a coat for Hissy. Okay, everyone send $5 to GoFundMe. Wear a coat, Hissy.
You don't have heat. in
I
your
have my
apartment?
hoodies. I just didn't put it on today.
Put a ski cap on your damn head.
I got
Right.
those.
And then put one on your 3D printer.
I'll have Donna quilt you a printer cozy.
I'm good. I'm just saying it's not 3D printing season for me. That's all.
Wait. So your apartment, like, you don't have heat or AC. Period.
You don't point his name. And misspell it,
It's
Missy?
like he lives.
Hey, will you guys shut the fuck up so we can answer?
He lives in SoCal. You don't need that stuff.
What was
Except
the
for
question?
apparently you do, because it's cold. He said.
It's okay. Right now, we're going through our 5-day winter, and it's cold,
Yeah,
relatively
exactly.
speaking.
5-day winter, 5-day summer.
It's
I've
54.
been there.
I'm not complaining. I'm just saying I ran into this last year where my prints were just not working, and it's because it's a little too cold for the 3D printer, and I've got a cheap 3D printer.
What did I say? What did I say? It was 54.
Okay, yeah. I'm like I said, it's like freezing.
It's like he said freezing.
Okay, I grew up on the East Coast. I used to live in Michigan. I know what snow's like. I go up to Tahoe. I'm giving you guys a hard time. But yeah,
East
And we're giving
Coast.
it back.
I was born in Virginia. I'm a Virginian.
Oh my God, no.
Yeah.
Where at in Virginia?
Portsmouth Naval Hospital.
Okay, you were far away from me then.
Jeff was born in downtown Richmond.
No, I'm a little farther north than that.
Yeah, I know. He was born in down there in John Denver's favorite, his blessed land.
No, I was born in Leesburg, I was born in Leesburg, Virginia.
Well, Virginia's not that big, is it?
Leesburg, Virginia.
It's bigger than it ought to be.
I'm going to show you how. I'm going to show you right now how the South will rise again.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Bullshit. I haven't seen you
Oh.
chowing down on little blue pills. You'd have to be popping those suckers like Tic Tacs if you're going to show us anything rising again.
Chris Long has, I believe, said it best at this point. I thought this was a family-friendly show. Sean says was family-friendly.
We all like
oh,
families.
And by the way, Warmut, Peter says Merrill's Marauders is not Hex Encounter. It's Area Boxes Encounters. Should be a lot of fun. So you're good. It'll just give you a TIA, not a full-blown heart attack.
Well, it has boxes, and you put little cardboard things on those stupid things, so hey, it works.
And make sure you clip your corners.
Of course, I'm looking at Shiloh right now.
Old Chestnut says it got up to 36 degrees today, t-shirt weather.
Right? Look, see, I'm in a t-shirt.
Yeah, and it's 54
I go outside
there.
barefooted.
And it's 54 there, so
Yeah.
I was in Speedos and white beater till I turned my camera on.
There, for Hexy, I'll get Shiloh. How's that?
Shiloh, the little small folio game.
Yeah.
There you go.
Dog,
I
I
those
would-
games are easy, Brian.
I would wholeheartedly recommend Wilson's Creek. It's got some cool little it's one of the mini folios, so it's even simpler to start with. But then also it's got some cool little shorter rules, and there's a number of games in that same Something and Saber series that all use the same rules with just a single page of scenario rules. It's a cool way to do it. I think you'd enjoy it.
So we didn't mention our wind chill factor here in San Diego too. I mean, that 54 could get down to 52 in a heartbeat.
See, it's cold here. We're at 54 right now, man.
all y'all just need to go blow goats.
Oh,
We're gonna be
I got the
52
70
tomorrow.
today. That was nice.
I know. We'll get back to norms here in a few weeks. Then I can start printing again.
Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah, that's one of the first things. If you're going to get into this hobby, you got to move to an area where it's nice. That's the first thing.
yeah, because
Otherwise, you can't find friends to play because everybody's snowed in.
well, that and when it's 12 degrees, it's hard as ass to spray prime, unless you do it like McMurray and just prime in his basement, which would explain a lot.
Murray does it in his kitchen while he's cooking.
I was about to say in my parents' house, I used to get in trouble because I would set up a tarp in the bathroom in the shower, and I would turn on the exhaust fan. And honest to God, if I timed it right and my mom wasn't going to be home for like an hour and a half, 2 hours, that exhaust fan you wouldn't be able to smell it. I'd take the tarp down, put the tarp outside, and then you wouldn't be able to smell. Yeah. No,
Okay,
yeah, I just do it in my
this
basement.
isn't a meth lab you were doing. We're talking about prime in miniatures, right?
Oh no, I'm from Missouri. It was absolutely a meth lab.
Brian,
Yeah.
wait. Why don't you play that Shiloh right there?
Nope.
Hey, and that's a game using a different game's rule set. There you go. Take a shot.
Yep. Nope. Nope.
You're killing him. You're killing him.
Well, he's got some miniatures that I want him to send me. If I get him to drop off the face of the earth, I've already got a deal worked out with Mama. So
Brian
There
wants
you go.
this. You're gonna get miniatures from Brian.
What?
I'm gonna sell all his Zombicide stuff, make a little miniature
Oh,
fort.
no. No. No.
So Peter says if you have,
Bird.
Yes.
if you go ahead.
Oh, here, hold on. Let me get. How do I get my face?
If you have friends don't play diplomacy, you won't have any friends left after a couple of games, just enemies. Now, to be fair,
Diplomacy, marriage. What's the difference?
the game diplomacy is best played by email, where you do a turn per week.
What?
And that way you can't punch each other in the face via email.
Exactly. I've played diplomacy twice, once in person, once via email. The email game was a much better game experience for me. Because for those of you that don't know about diplomacy, it is a screw your buddy game. Nanguea, been listening and occasionally
what's up, man?
watching for the first time since Charles Latoro recommended you. Off to sleep, but wanted to say thanks to Charles. Your show is great. Well, thank you, sir. I hope you come back and continue to watch us.
That's who
So-
Mike Meandering Mike refers to his channel all the time. He just changed his name recently.
Outstanding.
Cool.
Yeah, he plays a ton of World War One. What's it called?
outstanding.
What's it called, Hexy? Dewiclery or
Developed Yeah.
Yeah.
Chris, is it Chris? Chris? No, I get him mixed up. He plays Developed Creek a lot of that.
SPW, right?
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. Well, again, thank you for dropping in.
Oh,
I will. So Peter says email so you can't do physical damage. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. So, there you go. But yeah, so we've gone completely off the rails on the topic, and that's okay. We tend to do that sometimes.
We always fucking do that.
Yeah.
It's a
Tend
ritual.
to always.
If somebody came up with better topics, maybe that wouldn't happen so often.
Oh my goodness gracious!
Ooh, that's a face I haven't seen before.
Okay, new guy.
What's up?
Hey,
is
his goatee's only half painted.
When did we get a hoot out?
He actually, Warmut is half the man he used to be.
Yeah, man.
You're
Does
looking
that mean
slim there,
he's now half the woman we want him to be?
No. Look at me, Bert. See that? Ooh.
What?
The Undead are alive. See, they have them on horses and have them off horses and stuff. So this is
Oh, that's
work out
good.
great for Fistful.
Nice. That's
Zombies
how.
on horses?
That's how
No.
Old Glory sells a bunch of their cowboys. I'm
Yeah.
really happy that they do that.
Oh,
This is
oh,
running
Jonah
wild.
Hex.
Wait, is that a third Western themed one?
This is a Zombicide's newest what you call it?
Wait, you just okay. So there's tell us the Zombicide Western games. I thought there were only two. There
No,
three?
it's Undead Live. I got the whole Kickstarter Steam.
Right, Undead or Alive,
Yeah.
and then you did an unboxing of another game.
I think he's doing a bunch of
Oh,
boxes.
that's
for
Gears
the
and
same
Guns.
expansion.
That's the steampunk one with.
Okay, that's right, Steampunk.
Yeah,
That's kind of a Western-y though.
yeah, and then Dead West. Dead West is the one with all the famous like Wild Bill Hitchcock, Billy the Kid, all the famous Wild West, and has the movie stars that were in the Wild West and all that stuff.
Okay.
And those are just miniatures you could use, and then you have your core set, and then I got about 6 other boxes, but there's one in there, Long Dead Walkers, where they actually shoot at you. and stuff.
Nice.
And then you have like your one's a mariachi, one's the that attendant on the train? What's the name of that? Just
A conductor?
something like that. Yeah, similar to that. He's the guy that says all aboard, whatever. He's on there and stuff, and they all have special abilities. And then the abominations, which I'm about ready to paint the cactus one. So, but yeah, it's pretty cool, man.
So E4 has showed up. He says, "Sorry, late again, not Jay. All the stuff I have for you has not come in yet, but when it does, I will mail it out." Dude, you have until like June or July before I start getting worried because it took so long for me to get stuff out to you. So
Hey, well,
I appreciate that you're doing that. Don't worry, man. I'm still waiting for beer from San Diego.
Oh my God! I totally forgot about that. Oh, okay. I'm getting on that, boss. Oh my God.
That's okay, dude.
No,
Do not
no.
worry.
no.
Do not worry.
Oh.
And he
I
wants to
think the
know.
horse died.
Well, probably so. Walt wants to know: are you going to order DVG Robert E. Lee Great Commander game?
what's it called? Reb Leader?
Jeff, if there was a game called Rev Leader, you would be passing out right now.
You're right. The Viagra would work overtime.
Yeah, you would definitely be going to the hospital.
Longest diplomacy game lasted 3 years, 7 months, 10 days, and covered 105 years of game time.
Hey,
Holy
My
shnikes.
longest diplomacy game was 17 years, and I got divorced.
Why the heck
No.
would you waste time on diplomacy games?
Some people
All I
like
can
them.
remember is maybe it's the Kingmaker box. I remember where it had like a lower half was blue and the upper half was like a gold or a silver or something like that. Was that Kingmaker or was that diplomacy? No, I'm not going to BGG and look it up, even though I have BGG up in the browser right now.
And
Somebody's feeling sassy.
Walt says, "Hey, all. Charles, every time I watch this show, I want to go buy more Hex Encounter games."
Hey, don't they have a trade up program where you can trade that miniature shit you got for Hex Encounter
Would
games?
you stop it?
He just got that Schnell boat.
Yeah, you did just get that, didn't you?
Yeah, and he seemed pretty excited. I mean, I hadn't heard him giggle before, and I was watching the video, and he actually giggled about it.
So outstanding. So to be fair, we do help our viewers make bad decisions.
Yeah.
I think we help our viewers overcome their apprehensions with regards to hobby purchases.
There is that.
That was
That's a good way of putting
way
it.
to put it.
There's a good way to put it. Because I personally take it as a compliment that Mini Wormut, after watching us on the other channel for a while, just went nuclear on his old channel with over 3,000 viewers, sold off 900 boxes of models, and started this zombie side kick, all because of us. So
Now I'm getting into 15 millimeters too.
there you go, brother.
I
There
thought
you
it was
go.
his near-death experience that he started playing Zombicide.
So,
What 15 mil stuff you playing, Brian?
well, I just got this from Etsy, whatever. All this stuff, 15 millimeter Star Wars, whatever kind of junk this is.
That's cool looking, dude.
Well, see, the thing is, you could use that for Star Wars,
Yeah.
and you can use it for
Star Trek.
Star Trek,
Yeah, a little
and
cargo.
Middle East.
It's like buildings from the town that Anakin lived in when he was a little kid.
Yeah, but do you have 15 millimeter miniatures, Brian?
Yeah, man, I just got, man.
Oh, I'm sorry,
Um,
you got all them Coruscant ones.
See, I got this little cargo landing ship, whatever, and you could tell right off the bat, aliens.
Yeah.
So,
I forgot you've been going nutty on the Coruscant stuff.
Yeah, Coruscant and Battle Valor. So,
Charles wants to know if Noble Knight is on the stock exchange.
Dog, if they aren't after the purchase I made this past week, I would be surprised.
Charles, I got about 500 shares of it.
And then Peter says the show motto should be, "We're not happy until you're not happy."
Your wife isn't happy, at least. That's for
Andrew, what'd you buy from Noble Knight?
sure. I got Sovereign of the Seas by Decision Games.
You got what?
Sovereign of the Seas by Decision Games,
All right.
which is an Age of Sail game that uses the basics of the War at Sea combat system. I got SPI's Great Medieval Battles or whatever,
Okay.
that 4-pack, and then I got a bunch of Victorian sci-fi Martian figures in 28 millimeter.
Great Medieval Battles, 4 battles from the Middle Ages, 1979.
Yes.
I actually used to own that.
Outstanding.
Another one that I lost.
I spent like $40 with Noble Knight. Oh, $45.
Both of those games were A, cheaper on Noble Knight than they were on the Geek Market or anywhere else, and B, they're on my TAC Up top 10 list, on my TAC Up 10 list. So,
Yeah, I can't still believe they think that my list is genuine.
you know what? I have no idea. That's nutty. Every one of those is a monster, and then the one that isn't a monster is a monster because of the leap of faith it would have to take to even think it was possible.
I thought I did pretty good with my 10.
That if you can finish those, that's insane.
Yeah, okay, but let's answer this question. How many do you think, honestly, how many do you think you will actually finish?
Okay, there's a difference.
I'm going to say 6.
Okay, well let's bring up the 6, or let's bring up the 10, and we'll. Okay, so number 1 on my list is Fleet Commander Nimitz. Do you think I will get? Do you think I will finish it? If I don't finish it, and by finish I mean a single scenario.
Are you playing like?
I can't tell you.
I
What's
don't
that?
know how small of like. Are you going to play like one of those 1 or 2 turn scenarios and call that game completed?
So the Fleet Commander has 4 scenarios: 1942, 1943, 1944, 1945. And then there's a way to link them together to be a full campaign. And
It's
I'm
naval,
gonna-
so I give you better chance percentage to complete that game than I do some of the other ones.
Okay. U.S. Civil War.
No,
You don't think I'll even?
I don't,
Do a-
because I think that rule set, for some reason, I think it throws you off.
So
Game is also a
here's the
friggin'
deal I'm
monster.
going to make. Here's the deal I'm going to make with you, Hex.
All right.
If I will do my level best by the end of this year, by December 31st. I will have I think it's the 1862. They suggest if you're going to do just a single scenario to start with the 1862 scenario. I'm going to do my level best to get that 1862 scenario completed.
Okay.
By December 31st of this year. I'm not going to put a bet out on it or anything like that. But I'm going to do my level best to get that done.
Okay. And if you
Monty Lamar,
complete it, I'll play this.
done. McMurray, you heard him.
I did, and I saw him hold it up.
And you are gonna be on my ass about getting the U.S. Civil War game played by the end of December, by December 31st of this year.
Well, I look at it this way: if you conquered that game, or the one other oddball that's a monster that you have on your list,
Monty Lamar.
there's no reason why you can't play this kind of stuff that I play.
Oh, I've got no doubt that I could. But Monty Lamar, I think I can get that first scenario done. And again, the scenarios for these are more than just 1 or 2 or 2 or 3 turns. They are 4, 5, 6 turn scenarios.
Well, there's little 2 and 3 game turns out there that have so many impulses in it. It's like playing a 40 turn.
Right. Nations at War, Desert Heat. That shouldn't be too much of a.
You'll play
thing
that
I've noticed. The thing about lock and load games they are very much like a miniatures game,
Right.
in that they seem to be designed to be played and completed in 3 to 4 hours. So I like that. World at War 85, when it comes out, Blood and Fury. That's my 2023 release. Heroes of Normandy, Devil Pig Games. I've already played it once. Well,
I got my 2023
played-
release game done already.
I've played Shadows of Normandy, so I know I can get Heroes of Normandy played. I will be running a Fistful of Lead game. I'll be playing Fistful of Lead games also, but I'll be running at least one game at March to Victory. I'm going to complete Normandy 44. I got Salerno 44, the first 8. The first scenario, the first 8 of Salerno 43 done. So I'm going to tackle Normandy 44, and then I'm going to get this one. I'm going to get this one done. Battle Card Market Garden, from Hissy Cat's Postcard to Game Jam. This looks like it's going to be interesting.
We got like 54 people in it now.
Outstanding. And then I'm going to run my Ocean Thunder game at March to Victory also. I have my last quadrant of Savo Island has finished printing. And I'm now going to take the Dremel and cut off the interior island borders on the raft, leaving the raft intact to help get shore up the beaches, so they don't warp as easily. So that's my top 10, or that's my 10. I am confident I will definitely get 5 of those done. With another 3 pretty favorably thought out that I'll do it, and then 2 might be a struggle for me, but I'm going to do my best to get them done. So I see where you're coming. I see where you're coming from when you're looking at my list, Jeff.
Well, I mean,
absolutely.
If you give it the effort, I think to me that's an accomplishment. I mean,
oh yeah,
I put my list up there as a joke. I looked at my shelves and picked the biggest freaking monster games I got laying around. That you might not play one of those in an entire year. So
right.
But I was just joking. That's why I put the one game that McMurray wants to play at the bottom of the list.
Can you share that game with us for those of us who want to remember that?
Only you.
Mike says I did 3 plays of my first game on my list. And lots of counters and counter movement and Nimitz. Rule book is marginal. Good, interesting topic, though.
Have you unboxed that yet?
I did create a video for it, and the sound was absolute trash for some reason, so I'm going to redo it.
I'm not going to lie to you. I'm thinking about going into not just because I like to play. But, man, I'm getting smacked to do instructional videos on games. Because the big games, there's not enough people that,
Yeah. Some other things that I'm definitely going to be doing. I'm going to be doing a couple more of these. And I did glue that down so it's not wobbly
That's
at
the
all.
prototype of the Millennium Falcon.
Yes, it is. Right here.
Scratch built
where
the Millennium Falcon. It didn't quite come out.
Yeah.
That's not the Millennium Falcon, Hissy.
I gotta pee.
No. Just
Um,
shit from Galaxy Quest.
Yeah. That's the Galactica from Battlestar
Yeah.
Galactica.
Yeah. I
Or
did
the-
Israeli Independence States of Siege game. First play with 22 card deck. Second play with 24 card deck. Third play with 36 card campaign. And then Jeffy wants to know results. Peter says, "Good looking spaceship." Thanks, sir. I for those of y'all that did not watch the live build, it took me about 2 hours to get it put together, which I thought was pretty good. It doesn't have to be fancy because as models go, because it's a playing piece. Wiley Games is going to be producing a gladiator game, 1v1, one gladiator versus one gladiator. And this is one of my gladiators. Because
I like games with gladiators.
Like,
Todd's been
You
to
like-
a Turkish prison,
do you like gladiator movies, Tommy?
men's gymnasiums.
Hey, the junior college I went to, we were the gladiators.
I bet you were.
What was yeah, right. Did you wear the leather skirts?
No, I played a little football though.
Jeff, Mike says he won the first and third, lost the second game.
Okay, 2-1. That's
Not
a
bad.
winning record.
And then miniature guys prefer Star Wars to Star Trek. It's all that paint huffing. Now, to be fair,
I've painted so many C-3PO models and got it all over my face. It's fantastic.
good Lord.
It's the shiny paints that work the best.
Good Lord. Anyway, to be fair, I like both Star Wars and Star Trek. I do prefer Star Wars over Star Trek.
No.
But I like Star Trek as well. I love Star Trek. And that's why I
Okay,
built
if we're going to
this.
bring up the Star Wars Star Trek thing, we got to bring up chili and beans.
Oh no, I'm out.
Oh, let's come on, man. Top 16. Top 16.
And I will be building this. I need to do an unboxing of this also, though.
Here's 2 items for your top 16: Pikachu Pass or I bury your house in the sand.
Man, it's
Scorpions falling through vents.
No, dude, no.
Mowing rocks.
Holy rocks. Oh, move rocks.
Installing irrigation systems during water shortages.
Shut up. Leave me alone.
I like this game.
But yeah, the new game that will be coming out sometime this year. I will have we'll have this and
Hold on.
the
I
Reliant.
just noticed on the turn that around a little bit. No, look, just rotate it. Isn't that supposed to be blue? That's red.
What, this?
Yeah.
Yes, that's supposed to be
Isn't
blue.
that the wrong color?
Yes, it is.
Oh.
Oh my God! Trash it. Start again.
No,
you
because I
put that on
can't.
the table. That's
Fi-
embarrassing.
I can't find this model anymore. Especially, I could find it, but I wouldn't be able to get it for $5 like I did.
Here's a funny story. So today, our administrative assistant, she's probably 29, 30. She come back into my office there. I have the wide format scanner, and she's pretty handy with it. I told her how to use it. She was pretty handy with it. And I said to her, I said, make it so, number one, knowing that, the youngster's never going to know what the hell I'm talking about. And she goes, will do, Jean-Luc. And I about rolled out of my chair, man.
Nice. Mike, I love you like a brother, but that's just wrong.
That's a perfectly good
No,
way to mess up some sloppy Joe.
Yeah, exactly. Now, I will say this. This, if I'm not mistaken, this is a proof that he does watch the show. Because unless he is a Wolf Brand chili fanatic, as I am, he's watching the show to know that I like Wolf Brand chili. It says put blue nail polish over the red. It's a possibility. It says, so Wolf Brand chili mixed with baked beans is what I'm missing out on by having a woman around to stop me from making bad decisions. Because to be honest, that mixing baked beans with Wolf Brand chili without beans is a disservice to both baked beans and Wolf Brand chili with no beans.
Chris, you should have put that wonderful, exquisite samurai game that I sent you on your top 10 list. You could have that played in no time.
Sekigahara.
No, Samurai Battles from MMP. It's the game they sent out for free if you spent more than like $30 in their sale.
$100. You spent $100, you got that.
Or you could buy it for 12.
Yeah, for 12.
Yeah, I need to. It's my first bag game.
There you go. I did put 2 2023 release games that aren't out yet on my list on that 10, and that was Ardennes 2 and On to Richmond 2.
There you go.
I was afraid to put Ardennes 2 on there because I don't know how quick.
Well, did you put
that out.
2023 on there?
What?
Did you put a 2023 on there? Because I think you had to.
I did. I put Storm Over Jerusalem because
Oh,
that's
okay,
been
that's right. Yeah.
allegedly at the printers for a while now.
What are you trying to say, Peter?
That you and your sleeveless shirts have got to go.
Now, have you seen me in those in a while?
No, not a while. And hey, you and
I had to
sleeves
up my
is
game
like-
a little bit. Adidas.
Yeah. Adidas.
Nazi.
There you go. Had
He
to
is.
be said. Had to be said. So
That's the thing. That's why Jeff likes Adidas.
yeah,
On account
well,
of
it's
the-
Uncle Eric's favorite brand.
Yeah. You probably
Hey.
wore Adidas footwear made
Hey,
by Adolf Dassler. That or he wore footwear from the predecessor of Pumas, which was the other Dassler brother.
Todd Wardrobe.
Yeah, what's up?
We're
How you
making
doing?
fun of him again. He's feeling
Are you
lonely.
reading rules?
Yeah.
Okay, just checking.
What rules you reading, Toddy?
Ariette.
Weird.
TCS.
ECS, baby. That's what's up.
Todd's weird.
I'm already
Mike says he's
stomping
got
at
the
that.
second game on the list set up and ready. Tonight I film a how-to-play video, then I will start turn 1.
What damn game is it, Mike? Oh, never mind.
He washed it down with chugging a bottle of Parmesan cheese. Nice. At least he pronounces Adidas correctly. There you go.
Who, me?
Or me. Either
It's
one of us.
Adidas. But yes, then goofy Nazis.
Thinking about Skyhawk and La Primogentia from Legion and River
That's that
Battleships.
game McMurray that I sent you a link to.
Yeah, what's that? That's
East
what is
Africa.
that? Oh, yeah, okay.
His Zilla Blitz is playing that on his channel.
Right.
I
He's got an
downloaded
unboxing
30.
for that.
I watched your video on the games you're going to play, and then some of the side hits you put on there. And I saw that Britannia one, and when I couldn't even recall what the hell you were talking about until I saw the box in your video, and I was like, oh shit, I remember that game. So I don't know.
Britannia.
I don't know why I never got in. Well, of course, I never got into area movement games. Like I say, until I came back, and man, now I've got my girls buy me one for my birthday. Every year I get one, and then I bought a bunch of the Civil War ones, the old Clash of Arms.
You
Area
went a little
movement games.
tasty crazy during the MMP sale this year on area movement, didn't
Yeah,
you, buddy?
because there wasn't nothing I needed. I had everything except those area games.
Okay, E4, I got the Panzer on my list as well.
Took the shrink off of King Philip's War tonight. Punched it and set up while listening. That'll be my first on the list of 10. Outstanding.
Yeah, let me know what you think of that because I bought that one too. Like I said, there was nothing for me to buy. Well, no, it was Todd. It was a GMT sale where I was asking you about should I buy Panzer or buy boxes and trays.
Yeah, you bought boxes.
And then
I bought boxes and trays.
Walt
And it
says
you know, everything I wanted.
Walt says he put Panzer by GMT on his list also.
I think it was the maps that turned me off. Todd said, I don't think you're going to like the maps. And then when I saw the maps, that was it.
Yeah, the maps are
Maps
great,
for
but I
what?
think the game is going to be good.
For what game?
Panzer.
Now, Chestnut sent me, and I still got it, and I won't let it go because I do want to play it. And I remember this old title, but he sent me this a long time ago. And I need to play that thing.
Panzer Command.
Yeah, and that's the prelude to that was the original for
Picture in the
GTS.
West. Oh, GTS. GTS.
GTS, the MMP's GTS. That's how it
Okay.
started.
Peter says, I'm reading the rules for Over There. Not sure I'll play the European parts, but the African scenarios look good.
I sent that game to Clay Stone, and it got wiped out in his basement flood.
Oh, no.
That one and the other one, I sent him the other big World War I Europa game.
Turn 7 of my Battle of Prague got like 8+ Austrians heading for the barn.
That's a good looking game too, Chuck.
Anything Charles puts in a video with himself automatically becomes a good looking game.
Yeah, it does.
I'm just saying. Not in a weird way, Charles. I'm just saying.
Mike says, Over There is quite a monster. Peter says, no kidding. Need the first game in the series for the maps. And then Walt says, I have an extra copy of Panzer. It is older, and someone said cards have errors on it. Wonder if you can buy new cards from GMT.
That sounds, whatever game you guys are just talking about, sounds like Great War at Sea, where you got to get damn near everything they've ever made to play all the scenarios. That made me really sad because I was about to buy into that, and then I realized how many games I'd need to buy
It's like a naval squad leader, isn't it?
in order to do so. Yeah,
Which game is
some of
that?
the games are not easy to find. What's
Which
up?
game is that?
Great War at Sea. But yeah, there's 80 million different sets for it, and most of those sets need ships from X, Y, and Z other set. And inevitably, X set and Y set are easy to find, but Z set was only put out once, and they only made 30 copies of it apparently, so it's impossible to find.
It intrigues me how wrapped up in that you are. That's pretty cool.
Great War at Sea.
Yeah.
I don't even own a single set of it. I just would really like to play it, but it seems like it's not going to happen because I'm looking forward to whoever said they were remaking Nine Nations War in Kaiser's Navy. That will be cool. I'd love to play that.
Well, Kaiser's Navy is in production, right?
It's in design, I thought.
I've learned that when you watch Chuck's videos, don't necessarily have to listen to what he's saying. You got to read what he's written on the boards.
That's
Yeah.
also awesome because I do that at work a lot, and sometimes I got to turn it down so I can hear stuff. And it's nice to have it up there. It's a really cool format and way to do that.
Walt says he's going to play Undaunted North Africa. I really enjoyed the play of Undaunted that I did. My brother picked it up. We played it once with our buddy Eric, and Jay was so impressed with it, he went and picked up a copy.
E4, did you copy my playlist? Because I got Panzer. I started my play of Undaunted, but I've got reinforcements because I'm doing North Africa scenario with the solo bot. I actually filmed the first few turns. I think he just used my list.
Yeah, Old Chestnut, it's on my list as well, E4 Airman. Played the whole campaign of Normandy against my son a couple of years back, but we haven't gotten to North Africa yet. Now, Undaunted, my brother took that with him when he went down to Colombia and introduced it to his company commander and one of his more competent platoon sergeants, and they're hooked. So now he's got, now he can take that with him on drill weekends, and he's got built-in opponents.
They're going to be
Peter
doing
says-
Undaunted Battle of Britain.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I want to see how they handle air combat in that system.
Command at Sea.
Oh, someone's rolling dice.
Yeah.
Brian? Todd?
Nope.
Todd's rolling
Todd.
dice.
Oh, not me. I thought it sounded like paint shaking.
Oh, Brian, take his finger. Oh, okay.
I'm about to say, I've
We're
been
doing
shaking my
something- we're doing
fingers, but nobody
something
said anything.
Charles says, can you fire and also melee? If routing troops end on top of other routing
In
and stacking
Prague?
exceeded, what happens?
In the Prague game, Chuck?
Yes.
'Cause, I mean, I've never played it. First time I've seen it was you playing it. Now, if you're playing GBACW, I can answer that question for you in GBACW, but
I had Command at Sea Volume 1, The Rising Sun, Command at Sea Volume 1. I think it got lost in one of my moves during the divorce, which saddens me now. E-Force has not yet started anything. I won Stalingrad Besiege at Meandering Mike, so I also have that on the list. Outstanding.
I haven't started anything either, buddy. Most of my Hex Encounter wargaming is going to happen after March. So
I got one done on my list so far.
Well, I'm going to finish up the Hunters game here. And
Did you put Hunters on your list?
no, I did not. This is the one I started back on Christmas. So
I feel kind of like a goober because I know I'm going to play a bunch of games that I didn't wind up putting on that list, but I put some on that list knowing that me being myself, I'll make myself play them.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make any sense?
Yep.
Does anybody
Yep.
paint miniatures anymore?
I'm painting miniatures right now, Brian. I've been painting miniatures gangbusters, buddy.
All right.
so I'm going to say that point blank, V is for victory. I'm going to play that again.
Brian, do you want to have a miniatures painting update?
No.
Okay, never mind then. I was about to say, we could make a video about this, Brian, because I've been painting miniatures like crazy for this Analog Hobbies Painting Challenge, and I will be doing it through March.
Oh, that's right. You're doing that, whatever that thing is.
Yeah, it's awesome.
my 2023 is Desert Victory C3 iMag coming soon. There you go.
Cool.
My latest game giveaway is 4 subscribers away from triggering the giveaway date. There you go. So, yeah, if y'all have not already gone over to Meandering Mike's YouTube channel, go there, click subscribe, press the like key on his videos.
Yep.
I need to do
Make
a
it
shout
happen.
for him this weekend.
Reese says painting VC like crazy, Mutt. Yeah, I'm gonna have I got some work to get done. I just put together the list of I just put together my list of 3D STLs I need to buy for Battle of Savo Island. It's going to be $41 worth of ships, $41 worth of STLs.
Wow. That's
And
a lot for STLs.
well, it's 1, 2,
It's a
3,
lot of
4,
damn
5,
ships, man.
6, 7, 8, 9. It's 9 STLs,
Okay.
and the Tinyaru is $4. The Yubari is $4. The Takayo is $6.
Oh, you have the Yubari?
Oba-
That's now my favorite Japanese ship because I got the plastic model for it.
I don't have it yet. I will have it. The Ioba is 6. The Kamikaze Destroyer is 3. The Furutaka is 6. The New Orleans class cruiser is 5. The Bagley class destroyer is 3, and the Sims class destroyer is 4.
The Japanese had a New Orleans class ship.
No, though that would be the Americans.
I don't know much about naval stuff.
That's okay.
It's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay, man.
Oh, come on. Who would think, obviously, New Orleans
Brian
class
about
with
to
the
know a whole
Japanese?
bunch about naval stuff.
Oh,
Reese says it's a shipload of ships or a shipload of STLs. Yes.
The only thing I know about ships is every time I see a Buick Roadmaster going down the highway.
Nice. Nice.
How often do you see that?
You lose in West Virginia a couple
Yeah,
times a day.
Okay, you know what? Yeah, back that up. Back that up.
Yeah. Yeah. So I need to get those purchased and printed. And once they're printed, get them painted and then then I got to get my island done up. So I also need to get Guadalcanal, the very northern tip of Guadalcanal. I need to get that printed out also. So, but well, we are over 2 hours at this point.
So keep
I
going.
think that's a toast crunch.
Some of us have to wake up, and it's an hour or 2 hours ahead of you, because you're California time now, right, Mutt?
No, California's our time
Oh, shut up.
because Arizona doesn't have daylight savings, so y'all just have to work around us.
Brian's
Let him have
Arizona
that win.
dreaming
Let him have a
of-
win.
It is a win.
Let him have the win.
It is a win.
Yeah, whatever. So you are at the same time as California,
No,
or
California's the same time as us.
It's the same time at Hissy's house
Hey,
as it is at
they're
Woman's
both on
house.
Pacific Desert time.
No,
There we go. I like that.
Chihuahua time.
it's Chihuahua. I still don't understand why I'm called Chihuahua.
I'm calling. It's the desert there, the Chihuahua Desert, isn't it? Northern Mexico.
Chihuahua.
no, where
Northern
he is,
Mexico.
that's the Sonora Desert. The
Yeah.
Chihuahuan Desert is south of Texas.
No, I call Brian a Chihuahua.
Chihuahua.
Whichever.
Dude, Taco Bell does those fresco tacos and burritos. Oh my gosh, they're actually pretty good.
And that there's why
Um,
he's called the Chihuahua.
yeah, no more Filiberto tacos for me, man. That sucks.
Why?
That's
You know,
because
sometimes it'll kill me.
Diego, I have not gone to a Taco Bell.
if he eats one, he will die.
Yeah,
But-
Yeah, but you know what he told his
Taco Bell
doctor,
is
right?
better
When he
for
was
him?
having a problem, he said, "Well, doc, I just ate Filiberto's tacos," and the doctor told him, "Don't eat that no more." Well, he just said, "Okay, I won't go to Filiberto's no more. Go somewhere else."
Yeah.
no, because it's on the American diabetes thing that Taco Bell's frescos are okay to have.
Ah.
I had Taco Bell the other night.
Yeah, Taco Bell has fresco tacos where you steak,
Fuck that,
chicken, and all
nachos,
that
baby.
great stuff, man. So,
All right, been awesome. Love you.
All right, guys. We are going to go ahead and call it a night. Remember, are you going to be around next week again?
I'm gonna try for at least the start of the show.
Okay. We'll go ahead and do a quick roundabout of what you've been paying, if you're around.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I might have actually started one of my 10 games by then. We'll have to see.
Isn't the
So-
next one kind of a big number, right?
Next week is 100. Now, to be fair, we are well over 100 of live shows, but
yeah, man.
for the regular Wednesday night Chronicles of Not Jay, we're hitting 100 next week.
Congrats.
So could not have been done without any of y'all, whether you're on the camera with me now or you're in the text messaging group over here. Thank you one and all. Walt, E4 Airman, thanks. Peter, Mike, Chestnut, ID Jester was here earlier. Excuse me. Reese, thanks for dropping in.
Oh, sweet spin move, Tad.
Charles,
Barrel
Stop, drop, and
buddy.
roll. He's on fire.
What do you do?
right?
So, I don't know. Somebody must have said do a barrel roll.
Yeah, I guess. Charles, Old
Trying to be
Chestnut.
unprofessional.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Are you in your jammies again?
Kinda. Oh, I can get my jammies here. Hold on. Let me get my jammies.
You gotta put your wardrobe on, dude.
Barrel.
You're killing me. You're killing me.
He showed some
All
I
nails.
don't know.
Yeah, Sean. Telemachus, thanks for showing up. Our new viewer, the one that I cannot pronounce very well.
In Colombia.
Thank you. Yes, and Cindy from Colombia.
Hurry up, I got a fart.
Oh, good Lord.
Well, we're not going to smell it, so go ahead.
Let her rip. You're on mute.
All right. Bye.
Well, all right, guys. Thanks one and all. See y'all next
Yep.
week. And Hissy Cat's going to come up with a topic
See you, Paul.
for next
I'll
week.
do that.
So,
I got ideas are easy.
all right. Take
Good
care,
night, guys.
guys. We'll see y'all later. Oh, crap. Wrong button. Here we go.